Hey YouTube. So this video took me a little bit to get out. I know some people are definitely disappointed that it took me, a few days, but I was supposed to do this leg press, I guess, while I was recovering from pressing the bed, I guess with my arms. I recorded, I guess, twice, but this was the one that I felt the most comfortable with. And on top of that, I did audio for that one and ended up doing around 12 takes. So, take 13, I guess I really wanted to talk about what it's been like, I guess, being disabled. I have a condition called Blounts, Blounts. Well, no, Blount is the name, and then Blount's disease. You know how diseases work. Um, I essentially have bowing in the right leg, which is kind of just barely visible, down from the knee to, I guess, to the ankle. I guess my whole shin bone is kind of bent. But for my left leg, in the disease in conjunction with an injury resulted in like a very deep bowing and, well, yeah, it's very visibly disfigured and my like knee down entirely stopped growing when I was 12 years old. And you can tell, I guess, if I put my feet on, well, I'm not putting my feet on camera, but so if you saw my feet, my left foot is about one or two sizes smaller than my right because of, I guess, the time at which this happened. So, essentially my life has been it's really been rattled by this. I was always big. I mean, like, since I was born, I was a fat baby, but I was always very athletic. I never really let my size discourage me from taking part in things like I was in karate. I think when I was maybe 10 going on 11, I was in football for a while between when I was a kid and I tried to get back in when I was in high school. I did wrestling in high school. I did band in high school. I did a lot of different things that I feel like I needed to do to feel like I was still myself. But ever since I was a kid, I knew there were things that I wouldn't be able to do like everybody else. And that really put a dent in my self-esteem. When I was really young, I was a very, like you said, I'm okay with admitting this. I was a very aggressive kid if I was ever like, talked to the wrong way. Like I was ready to fight if I was ever insulted. They used to call me slurs that I don't know if I can say. And well, I was called fat ass like a lot. I was pretty severely bullied. And it got to the point where I was just ready to fight and that put a lot more strain on my leg than I needed. But I needed to feel like I was, I guess, defending myself. And a lot of that, it really culminated in, I guess, issues that I've kind of kept for a long time. My ideas of masculinity and my ideas of self have all come from what I can do and how I'm perceived. And even though I'm disabled, like physically, it's to the point where like I can't stand or walk around for a long time. I'm in pain from the second I get up. But I've still been pretty much required to work since I was 16 because I have people to take care of. We have bills. I have things that need to be done. My dad passed when I was 15 years old. So like 16, I was at Burger King, just doing what I had to. And I was in pain. Don't get me wrong. I was suffering the entire time. And I feel like that's kind of something that alienates me from some disabled people, especially people with conditions like mine, who can't work, period. And me, I have to be Mr. Machismo. I have to get up and I have to, I wouldn't feel like a man if I wasn't working. I wouldn't. If I wasn't capable of doing anything for my people, I wouldn't feel like I was, good enough to stay around. So when I do things like this, I guess it's mostly to prove to myself that I can. Cause this isn't much, right? When I'm in the gym, I'm lifting as heavy as possible until I'm suffering for it. But like, now I'm not within walking distance of a gym and I have to do this stuff at home. So I hit the 100 because I want to still feel like I'm capable of doing so. And I guess that's what this channel really is. Like at the end of the day, I want to prove to both myself and the other disabled people that like, whatever you can do, just do it. Your limitations are as real as the floor beneath your feet, dude. But everything that you can push past, you need to. Everything that you can break through. You have to. Because it gets to a point where, like, if you don't prove to yourself that you can do one thing, if that one thing is standing up today, if you're like 600 plus pounds and the one thing that you really want to be able to do is just stand up for 10 seconds, dude, just do it. Because, like, the moment you, I guess, let yourself, the moment you resign yourself to your condition, it's like you can't get back out of it. And I've struggled with that for so long, with trying not to let myself believe that I wasn't, I guess, worth being around, dude. God damn. Um, and I mean, like, don't even get me wrong. This has definitely impacted me in a lot of senses. For example, I recently lost my job in conjunction to my disability. I won't say because that's too, accusational. That's way too direct, but still, I'd been applying for this place for like 6 full months, always listing that I was a disabled applicant because I feel like if I don't list that, I am kind of disqualified from getting accommodation like work mod or being able to sit down like reasonable accommodation. I feel like I'll be denied if I don't at least let them know, hey, I have an issue. But 6 full months I've been applying. I've been going into this place. This is a very not to disrespect anyone's career. This is a very low end job. This is one of those places that it's like if you can't work there, what are you doing? So one day they have open interviews. My mom lets me know. I run over there, and I am hired the same day. Same resume, same information, same experience, same customer service. That's on my resume. That was in all my applications. Mind you, every single time I come in, I'm asking, and they're like, "Oh, we have a list of people, right?" I'm never on that list. I come in, and my disability never comes up. I'm hired the same day. So a few more shifts after that happens, I'm in there and I'm like, okay, they're having me scheduled for back-to-back eights. And my mom was like, okay, well, let them know that I guess you can't work these. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Come in, let them know, hey, back-to-back 8 hour shifts, I'm probably not going to be able to do like that unless I'm able to sit down throughout the shift. I asked for either work modification or the ability to sit down mid-shift. I'm sent home that same day. I try to come in the next day, another 4 hour shift. I'm sent home. I need to get a note detailing my disability. I don't have a way to get to a orthopedic. I don't have insurance yet. So I'm like, okay, I come in another day. I'm like, okay, I don't have insurance. I don't have any of this stuff. What if I just work without accommodation? Because if that's the issue, I'm okay just working normal. My lights go off the same day and they tell me, no, I can't work. And deep in my heart, I'm like, okay, now it feels like I'm being penalized for having the word disability enter the conversation. And that's what I said. Plain and simple, I feel like I'm being penalized for even saying the word disability. I get crickets. I go to the hospital same day. That same day that I guess I realized that, hey, they're really not going to let me work. I go to the hospital, I get a note, and this manager of mine, she doesn't say anything back when I send her the note. Doesn't say a word. I come in the next day, I bring them in the note. They don't say anything to me. They tell me to just come back in April 1st, speak to my manager directly. I come and speak to my manager, I'm fired for insubordination. And I'm like, that same day, I kind of knew why it happened. And I knew what was behind it. And I just wasn't able to process the fact that I'd really kind of fucked myself just by saying, that I had a disability. And I realized how fucked that made me. Like, period. I can't provide for my family now. I can't take care of my people. I can't, you know, afford to keep things running in my own house because I'm different. And that's one of the most hurtful things anybody has to come to terms with. But here I am, dude, doing this, and it makes me feel like I have something that I can do. I'm not going to sit here and say it gives me purpose. I feel like this gives me something that proves I am capable of literally anything at all. I mean, as a person of my size, as a person of my condition, I feel proud of myself. And I guess that's the whole point of this channel. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. I love you, dude. Hit the like button if you liked it. Leave a comment. That really helps. But hey, that's all I got. Take care. Hey, so really quick side note, because I took an ambulance to the hospital for my note, I have like $1,000 bill. This shit is not a game.